What's up, guys, and welcome back to Planners and Wine. My name is Megan.
And I am Myra. Welcome back to another week.
Yes, and this week is a special week because once again we are joined by our patrons. A lot of our amazing patrons are in the building for our monthly live episode. If you are new here, we do a live episode with our Patreon community every single month. And shout out to you guys for joining us once again. It's always a good time. We just been literally sitting here talking for the past like 20 minutes about
Mhm.
the importance of voting in the upcoming midterm elections. So please make sure you do that, whether you can mail in, vote early, or vote on election day. Please make sure you are there and you do what you need to do to make sure your voice is heard because it's very important. And yeah, shout out to the patrons.
Yes. Yeah, shout out to y'all for being in the building. Shout out to y'all for bringing up voting. Very, very important. Literally, democracy is on the line at the ballots this year. So make sure you get there. But yeah, I did have a few other announcements too. Voting was on my list. So
Okay, I
I don't
wanted
know.
to say one more thing about voting
Go ahead.
before we go to more.
Okay, go ahead. Go
I
ahead.
saw somebody said on TikTok, or it was somewhere I saw that someone was like, it seems like every couple years when the election comes around, somebody is like, "Oh, this is the most important election of our lifetime," or something like that. But they also said every election is the most important election of our lifetime. So, and I just feel like that's just something important for people to remember. Every election has consequences and matters. So don't think that you just need that on, the presidential election is the only thing that matters. The midterms are just as important, if not even more important,
Even more for sure.
especially this go around. So please, if you are able to, if you are registered to vote, please make sure you are voting in your state. It does matter. Every single vote counts. If voting didn't matter, they wouldn't try so hard to stop us from voting. So I just wanted to throw that in there. But yeah,
Agreed. Thank you. A
anytime.
thousand percent. A
Anytime.
1000%. Yeah, yeah. Always make your way out there. I always make sure it gets done. I always think about the people who literally cannot vote, the
Mhm.
people who have like, charges against them, or they messed up in the past and now they can't vote, or the people who like are struggling, can't get off of work. Like literally, if
Mhm.
they take off of work, they could potentially lose their job or lose money that literally puts food on their table. And if I have the privilege to take the time out to do that, just do it.
Yep.
But yeah,
Agreed.
yeah, all that stuff. Vote, do that. And then I just wanted to remind y'all, you can also watch us on YouTube. If you're not a part of the Patreon crew and don't get to watch us live, you can watch us on YouTube. The episodes are a week behind. So, if you're hearing this once it drop, if you go to YouTube now, the prior week's episode will be there. But lots of conversations have been happening in the comments there. So if you want to chime in on something you hear on the episode, definitely go over there to the comments and subscribe, all that good stuff, like whatever. Just check us out over there. That was my other announcement. Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Check us out on YouTube. Love it. And
Yes.
also something really hilarious that has come out of our YouTube comments is the fact that we found Andrea, or she kind of found us
Yes.
basically. And she found
Yeah.
us like 6 months ago, like right after Go Wild, and we had no idea because she commented over on YouTube, and we were very bad at checking our YouTube comments
Actually,
apparently.
that one went to spam. So even if we checked it, we
Oh,
probably went to send it. Yeah, I went to double check the spam and that was in there.
but to be fair,
Which
we
for
still hadn't
real,
checked the
YouTube,
comments in a very long
yeah,
time.
probably screenshot
So
either way.
either way,
But
Andrea. But yeah, if you don't
don't
know the
put her stuff
story,
in spam.
right. If you don't know the story about Andrea, we talked all about that on our Go Wild recap, which we actually just reposted about this time last month. If you want to go back and listen. Long story short, at Go Wild at the KAD welcome party, there is karaoke. Andrea had requested no scrubs. No scrubs came on. Andrea was nowhere to be found. So Myra grabbed the mic and we ended up doing no scrubs. Apparently, Andrea had had excused herself to the restroom at the very moment her song was called. And that
And
is
hers
why
did.
she missed
It
it.
did take a long, long time. If you put your name on the list, because I remember we were waiting for J Bay for like hour and a half.
It was
for
a
this
very
song to
long
come up.
time because
So I
people
get it.
were requesting ballads and stuff and not fun
Yeah.
songs and wasting time. And I don't have a problem
Mhm.
saying that. Um, so but yeah, she literally commented on our YouTube like 6 months ago, letting us know who she was and what happened. And
Mhm.
yeah, so shout out to you,
Shout out to
Andrea. If
her.
you go to the
Yeah.
next GoWild, we definitely need to make a point to meet you because you are one of the reasons why I lost my voice that night. But I'm still grateful for you because it was so fun.
Yeah. The icon and the legend, Andrea.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to her.
Yep, exactly. But yeah, guys, it was such a good time. And if you want more information about Go Out, our experience to Go Out, make sure you go back and check out those Go Out episodes. We did a whole
Mhm.
series. If you're still trying to make up your mind whether or not to go. Also, we did have Lauren Wayne from Team Go Wild on the podcast a couple of weeks ago as well. She answered so many amazing questions. And yeah, tickets are still on sale. And we would love to see you guys there next year. So I always got to do a little
Yes.
Go Out plug because I want as many
Go
people as
out.
possible to go because it's just such a good time.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. If you could
Mm-hmm.
be there, be there.
Be
It's
there.
definitely gonna be good.
Yep. Laura said, if people request boring ballads and treat this like American Idol, I'm booing. I don't care. You know what, Laura? Maybe
Maybe
that's the
we need
move.
more people like Laura.
Maybe that's what needs to
Yeah.
happen because there were one too many.
It was given
And
funeral.
yeah, if there's anything that's my pet peeve, it's my thing is if you're gonna choose a slow song, it needs to be a classic hit that everybody knows, that everybody can get on board with. This is not your opportunity to flex your singing skills. It's literally just to have fun. So like, don't choose a song that you might hear at a funeral. Just don't. It's
I don't know.
fun. Choose a
I
fun
think
song.
people go into it like, "Oh my god, this is my favorite song and I just want to sing it." And it's like you kind of have to go into it like we need to turn up and have a good time. Like it's a
Yes,
welcome party.
a
It's
good
not
time.
American Idol.
A good time. Yes, it needs to be a fun song that everybody knows. So, like I said, if it's slow, gotta be a classic. Gotta be a
Mhm.
classic. Rizzo said in the comments, like an 80s power ballad, acceptable. Yes, a
Yeah.
classic, like all-time greatest hits, like top 100 songs ever created type of song. Like,
For
come
sure.
on. We're gonna keep like drilling this into you guys all the way up into Go Wild because I really don't want to be disappointed. Just listen to us. We know.
Yeah, it
We
just
know.
kills the vibe. It
It kills
really
the
just
vibe.
kills the vibe.
Mm.
I mean, I get it. I get you want to get up there and sing your jam and your Beyonce best thing I ever had kind of moment, but
Mm-hmm.
this is not what we here for.
Mm-mm.
We're drinking and having fun at a party.
My
We
thing is,
don't want to hear about your breakup.
if you're not sure what to pick something upbeat that you can't go wrong with something upbeat. If you have a slow song in mind and you're not 100% sure, just don't. Just know.
We need to release a karaoke, acceptable karaoke song playlist.
I think that's a great
Share it.
idea, actually. And share it widely with the planner
Uh,
community. Mm-hmm.
Cause come
Okay, so
on, y'all.
Danny said, I don't want to caveat as a musical theater stand that duets, or I think you do want to caveat as a musical theater stand that duets are not included in this category. So no duets. I feel like it depends on the duet. I think a duet can be acceptable. It just really like depends. You
What's
know, because I
considered a
feel like that could
duet?
be
It has to be
like
2 singers
at
only?
least two singers. Yeah, like two
So
singers.
My
So
Shot would
like
be a duet then.
I mean, technically, I guess, because it has more than two singers on
So it's
it.
only 2.
But The Boy Is Mine, like with Monica and Brandy, that's a duet. But
Yeah.
that's like an amazing, huge song. You know what I'm saying? I think duets can be okay. We're gonna have to talk about this, Danny, offline.
So Telephone, we can't do Telephone with
That's what
Beyonce and
I'm
Gaga?
saying. Danny, we're gonna have to reevaluate because you asking out a lot of songs.
Daddy, we will sing to Best Thing I Ever Had, but that song is slow and sad AF. It probably
I
isn't.
think Best Thing I Ever Had is not that
Nah, y'all giving the
slow.
Beyonce
It's not like
exception.
it's not like it's Halo. It's not Halo.
but they're both sad
I
and
think instead
slow.
of Best Thing I Never Had, I would choose like Irreplaceable. I feel like that was
For
probably a
sure.
bigger
Yeah.
song and it's more upbeat. So, you know what? Here's what we can do, guys. Y'all can submit like songs that you think you might want to do
It's
to
the
us,
question
and
for the
we'll let you
week.
know. We'll
Mhm.
let you know if it's acceptable. Not that we're the judge and jury on this, but
We are.
we just know what we want to hear.
And it's a dictatorship.
There we go. Okay,
Not
Danny said he meant the duets are acceptable. Okay, thank
Yeah.
you, Danny,
Okay.
because you
Okay.
caused a lot of confusion
Because it
just
was like,
now.
hold on.
What?
No telephone?
What?
Immediately no.
Yeah. Look. Okay. Laura said, "I'm booing Best Thing I Never Had."
Nobody want to hear it. It's just
Yeah,
sad. I
it's not
agree.
big
We love the
enough.
song.
I feel like it's not a big enough Beyonce song. Like it was popular, but I think there are way better Beyonce songs to
Yeah.
do. Like
Because I mean,
way
even
better.
Irreplaceable is kind of empowering too.
I think so.
Yeah. So
I
it
think
needs to
so.
be empowering. It needs to be, kind of universal for the most part. Obviously, everybody isn't gonna know every song. But
Mm-hmm.
something that is popular.
Yep.
It those two
Yeah.
rules for sure. We working on that. We'll figure
Yeah.
it out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're working on it. This is a work in progress. This is just a random tangent that Andrea sent us down. So shout out to you, Andrea.
Shout out to
No
her,
Scrubs
the
was a great
icon.
choice.
It
And I
was a
don't think
great
it ever would
choice.
have occurred to me to choose No Scrubs. I would have probably I think for me, I always think of like more recent songs. So I definitely would
Mhm.
not have thought of No Scrubs, but I'm glad you did because that was a great song. Everybody was
Great.
into it, everybody knew it, and it was epic. It
It
was
was so
epic.
good. It was so good.
Yep. Yep. Alrighty, so let's get into some releases. So MakseLife has had their big yearly release. Shout out to Sierra and Darian. We just had Sierra on the podcast a couple weeks ago, so make sure y'all go back and check that out if you want any information about this release. She gave us a lot of good tips and advice on shopping this release and how to make goal planning work for you. And yeah, and we got some cool stuff. Myra, did you ever check out? I don't recall ever getting an update on if you checked out or not.
Oh, I did. I don't know if I sent the update because I be forgetting stuff.
Period.
But
What'd you get?
I just got the digital items. I got the digital vertical planner. I
Okay.
also got the digital like daily evening reflections, if I remember the name of that right.
Nice.
I also did pick up the bookmark and the markers as well.
Awesome. Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I got some stuff too. I didn't get anything digital because digital, I don't think it's gonna work for me. At least not at this point in my life. I don't think I can do it. So I did get the quarterly undated daily in the color of cloud. I got the daily intentions notebook. I got the dated monthly sticker set. So basically you can like date your undated stuff with that. I got the stencil bookmark and I got the evening reflections gratitude notebook. So I'm really excited about my order. It took me a very long time to figure out what I wanted to get, but I think I got a solid order. I just knew like as bad as I wanted to get Cindy's planner because I absolutely love her cover. I just didn't see myself switching my catch-all planner right now because I'm just really in a groove with what I'm currently using. So I was like, I'm not gonna get this planner and confuse myself. Let me get other stuff. Let me get some stuff I know for a fact I'm gonna use. Because last thing I wanted to do was to get that planner and have it just sitting. Like I just did not want to do that at all because it's just so beautiful. So I was like, you know what? I'll let this planner go to somebody else who's gonna use it, and I'll get some other stuff. So I'm really excited about
Yeah.
the other stuff.
Yeah, for sure. That's why I went ahead and went digital because I'm like kind of pretty content with my current planners that I have.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I can get past the O wire. So hopefully in the future they do eventually be in a spiral.
Mm-hmm.
If it become in a spiral, it's over. It's over for because I will definitely have that be one of my in my lineup if it's on a spiral eventually. But I covers are beautiful. I know the planner
Yes.
is gorgeous. I just know I know me. So that's
Yep.
why I went ahead and went digital. And I'm having fun with it, like just playing around with it. And it's nice to get it immediately.
Mm-hmm. That's true. That's very,
So
very
yeah.
true. Yep. And I love that MakseLife has so many great options in this release. So if you weren't looking for a brand new catch-all system for 2023. If you already have your catch-all, whatever you want to use primarily, they had a lot of add-ons that you could get. Like they have the companion notebooks with all the goal setting stuff. They have these new morning and evening journals that you can get. They have a lot of stuff. And even the dailies, they have a lot of stuff that you can add to whatever your current lineup is. So if you haven't checked out MakseLife's website, make sure you check it out. I'm kind of scanning through the comments to see what our patrons got. Tyler said he got his digital planner. Amazing.
Yes.
So excited. So excited for you. Laura says she needs to figure out what she's doing with her goals before she gets a goal planner. Very fair. Very, very fair. Yeah, definitely want to have a plan so you don't just, waste it or not end up utilizing stuff the best way that you can.
I've definitely done that in the past. So yeah.
You're saying like that's when you buy first and ask questions later. But now, in the year Beyonce 2022, I am trying to ask questions first and buy later. Sometimes, not all the time. I'm a work in progress, but when I can, I definitely want to be a lot more mindful about my spending. Let's see what else. Sarah said that she's in the same boat. She's trying to resist buying a flagship since she bought an EC for 2023. But the struggle is real. Girl, it's so real. It's so real. I know.
Yeah, it's such good stuff. It all looks amazing. So yeah, I get it, but it's definitely worth figuring out because it ain't cheap. So if you're gonna invest into it, make sure it's something that you're definitely going to use, and hopefully it works out and everything.
Right, exactly. Rizzo said that she is team redate. She bought the Chevron pattern from last year, a few weeks ago. She's gonna wait and see what the Black Friday release is, and then she'll order the nightly reflection notebook. That was really smart because honestly, if you're not sure, if you wanted this planner system, if you knew it was gonna work for you, a way smaller investment would have been getting one of their flagship planners from this past year. I think right before the new release went on sale, they were like maybe like $26, $30, something like that. Like
very affordable.
The lowest I've ever seen them. And yeah, you could 100% have gotten one and redated it and see if it works for you before you made the bigger investment into the 2023 one. Very smart.
For sure. Definitely agree with that.
Colette said, same Laura, trying not to let FOMO convince me to buy something I'll end up having sit. Colette does. Y'all, we have come such a long way in this community over the last couple of years because I truly feel like back in like 2019, 2020 days of the planner community, like I know at least for myself, the feeling of FOMO, like it physically made me hurt. It physically hurt my body. Like I hated seeing other people buy stuff and not having it. That's why whenever a Happy Planner release came out or anything, I was like speeding to the nearest Joann and Michael's, like giving them freaking SKU numbers and shit, trying to find
the SKU numbers
in the collection. You know what I'm saying? Like the desperation. I was so thirsty and desperate. Like no shade if that's what you love and you still want to have all the things, that's fine, but I'm just in such a different place than that now, that having all the things just does not do it for me. Like having the things that I really love and really am going to use is what is really doing it for me now. So
for sure. Absolutely. I definitely agree. Was there as well. Especially with Happy Planner, the lower price tag gave me the excuse or the permission to like go apes to the wall crazy about this stuff and get it immediately. I think a part of it now, obviously MakseLife is much more expensive, so it is more of an investment. But also that excitement and newness has kind of wore off. Like at this point, like we know what we want, we know what we don't like, so we are able to kind of rationalize it and make better decisions and not let FOMO get to us. But yeah, it did physically hurt me too to see people with stuff and not have it.
Exactly. And FOMO really, like, it adds up. It truly adds up. Like if you feel like you could never miss out on any release ever, girl, I'm just gonna pray for your pockets because That's a
I
lot.
be feeling like that though.
It's a
I
lot.
do be feeling like that.
It's okay to feel it. It's
Yeah.
just to have the like the self control to not have to act on it every single time. It's okay to get that little ting. Ooh, do I really need this stuff? But something that has definitely really been working for me is just putting stuff in my cart and letting it sit for a few days. And if after a few days I still really really want it, I go ahead and get it. And after a few days, if I'm over it, then I'm over it. You know, sometimes you just gotta let stuff sit for a minute to make sure. Now, if it's something that you think is going to sell out and that you know you won't, I mean, girl, go ahead and
yeah, you
check
know
out.
the difference.
You know the
the difference.
difference.
Yeah,
Yes.
you definitely know the difference. But yeah, I agree. Letting it sit in my cart has definitely helped a lot. But yeah, I don't know.
Yep.
We have definitely evolved, like you said. Definitely.
Oh, I think so too. Colette said 2016, 2017, me would buy everything, no thought, all impulse. I feel that. I definitely feel that.
Same here.
Let's see.
Literally.
Laura said, I have so much outdated Happy Planner stuff, Traveler's Company, undated stuff, notebooks. So I'm trying to do my best to actually put some of this stuff to use. Yep. Yep. And you know what? I had a moment the other day where I was planning for next week. I was looking at my sticker kits, trying to figure out which one I wanted to use. And I had this really, really cute Halloween kit from Orange Umbrella. And I was like, do I really want to use that? I was like, because I just loved it so much. I did want to use it because I loved it so much because I just wanted to like save it. So at first I was like, okay, no, I'm going to use something else. But then I thought about it and I was like, Meg, if you don't use this now, come next Halloween, you might not even be into sticker kits anymore. Like if you use it, if you love it, use it right now. So I literally like forced myself to go ahead and use it. And now I'm so happy because it's the cutest spread ever and I'm so excited about it. But I literally thought to myself, like, you might be totally off this next year, or it's going to be another kit that you love even more next year. And this is just going to end up sitting. So
yeah, the stickers look so much better in your planner. I promise
they
you.
do. They
use
do.
them kits, use them sticker books. If you are in love with it now, use it now. Don't sit there and wait. Use it because like May said, next Halloween, next holiday, next week, there's probably gonna be something else that you're in love with, or your style changes. Like the things that I was in love with 2019, 2020 is just okay now to me, you know?
Yep. Exactly. Sarah said, one thing I do like about EC is since the planners are printed on demand, there's no risk of them selling out. EC will always be there if you decide you want one mid-year. Facts.
Yeah. Facts.
Yep. Danny asked, do you remember the wonder of being new to the planner community? Everything was just amazing. Like someone was like, you can use a ruler to cut washi and your mind was blown. Danny!
That's where I'm at with Harry Potter. That is how I feel about Harry Potter. Everything is so freaking magical. Your mind is blown.
It's so great.
Yeah.
It's so great.
It's something you want to hold on to forever.
That's so true. That's how I feel about using tweezers to put stickers down, because I literally just started doing that maybe like 3 months ago. And I'm like, I can never go back. What was I doing? Putting down my fingers? The ghetto.
The ghetto.
That's how I feel now.
The ghetto.
Oh my gosh. Caitlin said, I used to run out and buy doubles of all the Happy Planner release. I still haven't finished the verse. Girl.
Yeah.
Been there, Caitlin. Like I wouldn't buy doubles of everything.
Maker Madness.
Yes, but on things I really loved, I definitely bought doubles and barely didn't get through the first one. And it's like, girl, for what?
For why? No reason.
For why?
But I mean, that was a time. What a time to be alive during that.
What a time. Bambi said, I have so much stuff that I'll never use that needs to go. My planning style has changed so much. That's the thing.
That's the thing too.
We're all just ever evolving and changing. And that's why, like I said, as much as I love sticker kits down right now, a year ago, 6 months ago, I wasn't thinking about sticker kits. And who knows, a year from now, 6 months from now, I might not be thinking about it again. So use the stuff you love while you love it, because you might not love it forever, you know?
Absolutely.
Like it's so many Happy Planner stickers that I just hoarded because I just loved them so much and I never want to use them. And then I ended up giving those sticker books away.
And they could have looked really good in your spread and
Yep.
made you feel happy flipping back to it. So yeah.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah. Use them now. If you don't learn anything else from today, it's to
Yep.
vote and use your stickers.
Just those two things. That's it.
Yeah.
Thanks so much for listening to Planners and Wine this week. Laura said, "Use your washi; it won't stick forever." Oh, Laura, I can't
That's
even. I
one.
can't even
Yeah.
comprehend that. Oh Lord, I know it's true though. I know it's true.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, that's why I had to. Y'all know I love me some Simply Gilded Down, but it's
Mm-hmm.
been now 4 releases where I have put stuff in my cart and just let it
Mm-hmm.
sit. If y'all was on like the VIP meetup, y'all seen me shopping on Simply Gilded,
Mm-hmm.
but
We
I did
did.
not purchase anything because I just have so much of it and I need to use it. I do use it, but it's like I use it once and then it goes to storage. So
Mm-hmm.
you know,
Yep. Yep. I'm with
love
you.
me some washi.
I'm with you. Yep. Another release. So, Aura Estelle has a release their A6 dated and their dated weeks planner. I love the layouts of both of those planners so much, and I have been so tempted, but I just know those sizes do not work for me. I know for a fact A6 does not work for me, but I definitely have been
Yeah.
thinking about the weeks one because every day getting its own page is very tempting to me. We love that Tomoe River paper so freaking much, and like their little folios or whatever you want to call them that they put their planners in, they are so freaking cute. So let us know if y'all have
Yeah.
shopped the Aura Estelle release. Have you gotten anything, Myra?
I have it in my cart, but honestly, I think I'm gonna wait until their next release where they have the notebooks as well. They
Mm-hmm.
said you can order and bundle it, but I'm like, I might as well just wait because you gotta
Yeah,
type it and girl,
you
too
gotta like
much.
tell them to hold it, and it's
Yeah,
very easy to
it's a
forget to do that. And they will
yeah,
reimburse you for your shipping. So
they
if you
will.
buy something now and then you put hold, and then you buy something in the next release because you want it all to be shipped together, they'll calculate how much money it is to actually ship it all in one package, and they will
Hmm.
reimburse you for that. But yeah, I'm with you. And also, I feel like we can also kind of talk about the fact that Orista has been dropping some hints about what is coming with this surprise release on the 31st. Because I am a detective, I saw that the hashtags they used were for I think B6 and
Hmm.
A5 planner. And I'm like, why are they hashtagging B6 and A5 planner if they're not releasing a B6 and A5 dated planner? But now they've basically been telling people in the comments on their posts that a surprise is coming in size B6 and A5. And so it's definitely a dated planner. Like there's no way it's just
Yeah.
not a dated planner. So yeah, that's something to think about too, because I know a lot of people were wishing they had the dated option in those larger
Hmm.
sizes.
Me.
And so yes, same. So you might want to wait on that to see if those come out. But like I feel pretty confident that those are coming, and I hope too many people aren't too pissed off if they did go ahead and buy A6 or a weeks thinking they weren't going to have another option, and then this other option comes out. That's why you
Yeah.
gotta
See.
stay ready.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta be in the comments. You gotta be nosy, and that's what I was. I was just
Yeah.
nosy, and that's how I figured it out, basically.
Yeah, yeah, and that's another part of the reason why I am holding off because I do want that weeks. I do love that sides. I actually have something to put it in, so I don't even need to get the cover. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited for that. But I'm gonna have to be honest. I don't like the whole surprise release thing.
I don't either, especially not something like that. Like if you want to
Hmm.
surprise us with a notebook or a agenda color or something like that,
Yeah.
that's fine. But don't surprise us with the whole planner because, like I said, I truly think that some people are buying now, not
Hmm.
knowing that they're going to have it available in these other sizes. And if they do have it available in those other sizes, they're might be people who be like, well, damn, I wouldn't have bought
Yeah,
this
I think that's
size
gonna
had I
backfire.
known.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like that
Yeah.
either.
Yeah,
Because it would
because
be like,
I definitely considered that A6 until
yes.
you started telling me the context clues on that, so I'm like, "Yeah, I'm
Mm-hmm.
not." Yeah, and I
Yeah,
would been
and
live it.
exactly. And you know what? That's like to me, it's kind of like if EC had like their regular life planner lunch in like April and May, and then in like July they came out with an Etta V life planner. I'm a riot. I'm a literally riot. So EC, if y'all are listening to this, do not do that. Do not do that, please.
Oh, man.
Like,
Yeah,
absolutely
or
not.
even if they do happen to do it, because I know, shipment and all that stuff, the equivalent would be to say, oh, there's a surprise release in July.
Mhm. Mhm.
So, I get it. Like maybe something got held up. So they were like, we're not going to say because we don't know. I get that part of it. But when you're like, oh, in the surprise,
Yep.
it's like,
Yep.
it's coming and you're not letting us know.
Just
That
tell
that
us,
just
and even if
seems
you're not
weird
certain
to
about the
me.
dates, like maybe say we have
Yeah.
this coming for whatever shipping reasons is not going to be
Yeah.
available when other stuff is available, but it is coming, and
Hmm.
you can get it in time for 2023. We're just not certain,
Yes.
and then you know what, that might be the situation with them, but they're still calling
Hmm.
it a surprise release. So I think that's the
Yeah.
problem.
Yeah. Not a fan of
Um,
that one for sure.
no. Danny said, does Orestell do the monthly, weekly, daily? Yes.
Yes.
Yes, they do.
Yes.
Now, depending on what planner you get, there might not be a full page daily. So I think for like the A6, like the daily doesn't have like a full page. It's like a half a page for every day or something. But there's room to do
Mm.
like a daily spread, or you can kind of lay it out however you want it to. But the weeks one for sure has a daily page for every day of the year. So
Yeah,
it just
and
kind
I
of
found
depends.
yeah, it depends. And I found that the Aurora Estelle, their paper is the closest to the Hobonichi cousins or Hobonichi in general. Because some people will say they have that Tomo or whatever it's called, that type of
Mm.
paper,
Mm-hmm.
but it doesn't feel like the Hobonichi. Like I've
Mm.
gotten planners and it was like, this ain't it.
Mm.
It was a little bit
Okay.
more thicker. So yeah,
Gotcha.
that from my experience, that has been the closest comparable to
Mm-hmm.
Hobonichi.
Yep.
So,
Yep. Gotcha. Let's see. Okay, Myra. So Myra, you kind of wanted to talk about another topic. Do you want to kind of introduce it and give us all some context, including me, because I have no
yes. Yes, I
idea.
just thought this was a fun topic, especially since we have the Patreon people to chime in on it. I was actually listening to another podcast. This is from one of Kev on Stage podcasts. I can't remember which one, but they were talking about code switching with friends. And in a sense,
Mm-hmm.
both of them was on one side. Like one of the hosts were like, hey, yeah, I have different friends and I code switch around each friend and I still consider them friends. And Kev is like, well, if you feel like you have to code switch around a friend, are they really your friend?
Mm.
So I just thought that was a really good question and wanted to get y'all input on it. Like, do you have friends that you have to code switch and maybe talk differently? And for reference, like for me, the way I define code switch is like talking differently, not bringing up certain topics, kind of thing. Basically,
Mm.
what you would do if you go into work in a corporate
Mm-hmm.
environment. That's code switching to me.
Right. Right.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
To me, and yeah, we definitely want you guys to kind of chime
for sure.
in the comments if you have any questions on, exactly what code switch is. If you need any more
Hmm.
information about that, let us know. But I think you can code switch with friends, because I think just like there are levels to like code switching, there are levels to friendship. You know what I'm saying? And there are people that I consider a friend who I might still kind of hold a little bit back from. Like, say if it's somebody and you know that there is just I mean, I guess for me it kind of really depends on like the basis of race a lot of the time. Like, if I am with a group of black people, then I am, more than likely, unless I have another reason not to be, I'm like 100% myself, 100% open. We'll talk about things that I would talk to pretty much anybody about. But if I'm not with, exclusively black people, there are subjects that I won't bring up. And that doesn't mean that there are people around that I don't consider a friend. I personally just might not be comfortable discussing certain topics or saying certain things around people, because one, like I said, it might be a comfort thing for me, and two, I don't want to talk to people about stuff that I know they're not going to be able to understand and relate to. You know what I'm saying? So I personally I stray away from that, because like I said, like, and for the most part I do surround myself with people I can talk to things about
Hmm.
100%, but that's just not always the situation. You know what I'm saying? What do you think about that, Myra? And then we'll kind of get to the comments.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you on the basis of race because being the quote unquote black friend can be a bit exhausting to try to explain
That's my
stuff like
thing.
that.
Yep.
So yeah, I can see the code switching on that. I agree with that one. But like you as well, I typically don't surround myself with people who don't quote
Mhm.
unquote get it. Um,
Mhm.
but there's also different levels to friendship as well. The word friend to me, I don't use loosely. It's
Right.
not a loose
Right.
term. If I consider you a friend, like you are somebody that I can have deep conversations with.
Mhm.
But I also recognize that there are people who will be like, "Hey, I work with so and so, and that's my friend." Like, like
Mhm.
somebody
Who
you
use it
just,
very casually. Yeah.
yeah, very casually. So I recognize that. But for me personally, I guess the answer is it depends.
Mhm.
Because originally when I went into this thinking like, yeah, no, I don't code switch with my friends. I can talk to any of my friends about anything. But when you brought in race, and I'm like,
Mhm.
oh, okay.
Mhm.
Technically, I can code switch, and technically, I do code switch because it can be exhausting. Certain things I don't want to
It
talk
can
about because it's too much,
1000%.
or I'm
Yep.
not in the
Yep.
headspace for it, or whatever.
Exactly, exactly. Laura says, "Nope, I don't surround myself with people I don't feel safe around. Code switching for me is a lack of safety." I agree with you, Laura.
Hmm.
I totally,
That's a good
I
point. Yeah.
totally see that perspective. That code switching does with people, especially me. I feel like to me that more applies like in a work environment
Hmm.
because there are lots of people I consider myself very cool with at work, and I feel like I can be myself around them mostly, but there are still things that I don't want to talk to my coworkers about, like parts of my
For
life
sure.
I don't want to
Yeah.
share with coworkers because at the end of the day, I will never have the level of trust with a coworker that I have for people that I'm actually friends with, like outside of work. Because you just, at the end of the day, you just never know. You never know
Hmm.
somebody's motivations. You never know when they're going to use something to get you, or something might come back to bite you, something that you said at work or whatever. So I really don't play about that. And like the work environment that I am in now is a very diverse group of people on my team, and it's taken me getting some used to seeing that the other black people on my team, they slightly code switch at work. They don't code switch as much as I do. Like they'll say stuff in front of like
Yeah.
our non-black coworkers that I won't say, and when they say it, I just be like, I ain't saying this. It's because they just have that rapport and that
Hmm.
friendship with them. But honestly, to me, like, it can be kind of a lack of safety, but also I don't feel like explaining this. I don't have the bandwidth to explain it. Other people have the patience and the bandwidth to do that. I don't a lot of the time, so I don't even bring it up because I don't want to be questioned about it because I'm annoyed sometimes that I'm having to explain certain things to certain people too.
Yeah. 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 The workplace is it's difficult for
Mhm.
sure. There's always going to be a
Mhm.
code switch for me. There's always going to be a separation for me when it comes to the workplace. So yeah, yeah, definitely a code switch there. But I don't know. Now my whole perspective on this around friends things have now changed. So I
Mhm.
thank you. I appreciate the conversation with y'all.
I do too. I love it.
Yeah.
Danny said, I had friends that I have from work that I'm really close with, and then I have other coworkers that I'm not necessarily friends or close with. So in a sense, I code switch. So yeah, so I guess
Mhm.
to a lot of people, it just really depends on like they can be friends with their coworkers, but there is once again levels to that. And some people they are comfortable saying certain things to, and some people they are not.
Mhm.
Very fair. Colette said, workplace, I do what I gotta do. Being the only black woman at my level, I have to collect my money, but they ain't my friends. Girl, period. I have always had that mentality too. I
For
have
sure.
truly like this is probably like I had some friends when I used to work at State Farm because there was a lot of black women around my age, and we hung out outside of work. So I definitely considered them friends. But besides that, for the most part, I have definitely kept coworkers at a very strict distance. Um yeah, you know what I'm saying?
For
Like even
sure.
me and Myra, like we didn't get super close until we weren't working in the same place anymore. And I don't think
Yeah.
it wasn't like on purpose. I was never like,
Yeah.
oh, I work with her, so I can't talk to her. We just found out that we had way more things in common outside of work than we even
Mhm.
did at work. Like our friendship literally started with both of us complaining about work all the time,
For
basically, and
sure.
saying how
Yeah.
shitty it
It
was.
was trauma bonding. Yeah.
There we go. And then we start to figure out like, oh, we actually have other stuff in common besides just hating this job. Go us.
Yeah. But yeah, this conversation is definitely very interesting. And the whole code switch with friends doesn't mean like work friends. It's just like, for instance, like I have planner friends and I have people who, don't do planners that are friends. And I have mom friends, non-mom friends, like certain different friends. It doesn't have to be coworkers. So I just wanted to clarify on that conversation.
Yes.
The work thing just kind of came about because that is typically where most people code switch.
Most Black people code switch for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes.
But yeah, definitely wanted to clarify. Like, do you have different set of friends that you code switch? It doesn't necessarily have to be coworkers in a sense. But
100%.
Yeah. But yeah,
I definitely think so. Caitlin says she always keeps her coworkers at a distance. I think you never go wrong with kind of keeping your coworkers at a distance. Like,
oh yeah.
When does that not work out? But something can go down if you don't keep them at a distance all the time. So I don't know. Raina said she follows Jade and XD's mantra, say no to coworkers. Girl, I've been saying that for years. And you know what? It's so funny that we're talking about this, especially in relation to the workplace now, because yesterday my boss had like a gathering, like a fall gathering at his house for like everybody on our team. And even though I really enjoy the people I work with, I really was kind of dreading going because I just didn't want to go and be social. And then it's like I spend so much time with y'all at work. I was kind of feeling like, oh, I don't want to spend my time with them outside of work. But at least this was something that you could bring like your family, your spouse, kids or whatever too. And we ended up going last night and it was a really, really good time. And I was really, really glad that we went. So, I try to keep my guard up, but it's okay to let it down sometimes. And don't be scared to like let people in and connect with people. But at the end of the day, you have to realize that, work is the primary thing that brings y'all together. So you always have to be like cautious,
Absolutely.
Let's see. Renee said, when it comes to changing who I fundamentally am with friends, I don't do that. I do code switch for race, like using cis with my Black film friends only. Period.
Yeah.
That makes total sense.
Yeah, for sure.
That makes total sense.
And same.
Yes, and same. And another thing, because I'll have one coworker who I really love, but I feel like if I ever, she's a white lady, like an older white lady, I feel like if I ever call her sis, she would take that as like permission for her to call me sis back.
Yeah.
So I will never call her that because I don't even want to get it twisted. Like, yeah, like I'm just very careful. I'm just very, very careful.
We know.
Girl, because can you imagine like somebody? No. Danny said on the queerness level the other day, I forgot who I was talking to, and I said, "See you next Tuesday." If y'all know, if you know, you know. And he didn't realize what he said until he saw some giant straight eyes. Danny, oh my gosh, were you at school? Please tell me you were not at school, at work.
I'm sure he wasn't. Danny's so careful. I'm sure he was not. But
Lady said they were all so confused and nervous, and I went, "Oops, I'm sorry, I meant this."
That's a good point, Danny, that you bring up, and I wonder, like, when you put in like a queerness perspective, is there a code switch around if you have other like non-queer friends?
I definitely think there is.
And then like for us, like when it comes to race, like there is a code switch there. So I love this conversation because I went in here thinking like, no, all of my friends I don't code switch with, but yeah, when you like are a marginalized person, you technically you do.
Technically you do.
Yeah.
That's so true. Because it could be a situation with Danny too. Like maybe he doesn't feel like having to explain every reference, because that's the perspective I'm coming from as a Black woman. Like I don't feel like having to explain every single reference that I make, or you know what I'm saying, because I just don't want to do all that. But some people have, like I said, some people have the bandwidth to do that. I'm just not one of those people most of the time. Now, depending on who I'm talking to, perhaps depending on what day it is, it could change. But I don't want anybody to ever assume that I owe them explanations for my humanity, basically. Like if I want to explain it, I will, but I don't owe anybody an explanation ever.
For sure. Yeah. that's just a whole nother different take that I was not even thinking about originally. And
Mm-hmm.
unfortunately only marginalized people, like, dang, we got to deal
Mm-hmm.
with that with friendships too. And it
Girl, it's
doesn't mean
everywhere.
like
Yeah.
certain people are more friends or they're not good friends or they're bad people, but it's just
Mm-hmm.
something that just like I didn't even think of that I do all the time,
Yep.
it's just
Yep.
subconscious.
Exactly. Laura said she totally gets the work stuff. It's hard. She works at a PWI and she's the only black woman in the office. However, she came in raw so that they knew what they were getting. I interviewed in the hair wrap and wood earrings. Period. Laura, I expect nothing less from you.
Yes.
I
Nothing.
say nothing less from
Nothing less.
you. And you know what? That does make it easier
Mhm.
also. You know what I'm saying? When you come in as your full self and people
Mhm.
fully know what they're getting, they're not surprised. Like I feel like, over time, like being in my job, I feel like I have slowly opened up more. And so I feel like it might be catching some of my coworkers off guard. Like one of my other black coworkers, one day I was talking to him and we were talking about something, I don't even remember what it was. He literally was like, "Oh, so you black. And I'm like, why would you ever think that I wasn't black? And it's because I hadn't really showed like my
Yeah.
full self and like talked about certain like black topics because we were usually always like in a mixed crowd and I just wasn't comfortable. Like even if other people was talking about it, I still was just like kind of reserved. So when I said something like extra black, he was like, "Oh, you black. I'm like, "Yeah, fool, I'm black. Thanks for recognizing that finally." Like,
Yeah.
it's so
I think
complicated.
everybody always have the Meg is black moment. I had that at work when you asked me about the natural hair stuff. I said, "Oh, Meg is black." So everybody must have that moment
That's
with you.
fine. That's fine. Exactly.
So
As long
now
as
we
they
know.
know. As
Yeah.
long as they know. But you know what? I feel like that is something like among like black people is like it's kind of levels to
Mhm.
blackness as well. And it's like because
Mhm.
just because somebody is black, like they don't that doesn't necessarily mean they have the same shared life experience or
Yeah.
grew up the same way that you did. Because a black person growing up in a black environment is very different than a black person who grew up in a non-black environment. You know what I'm saying? And it's not to say you're like judging people because of how
Right.
black they are. Nobody should be doing that. But it's kind of still trying to kind of gauge like, what is their black experience? Is their black experience similar to my black experience, or do they have a totally different black experience that has kind of shaped their like worldview and their perspective to where they don't see things the way that I see them? And that's very
Yeah.
possible. Like we're not a monolith. All of us are very, very different.
Mhm.
So yeah.
Yeah. Oh, such good conversations. Oh my gosh.
Such good
Yeah.
conversation. Yes. Raina said that she has a couple of previous work friends who are now life friends, but that's it. After a surprise layoff, after 10 dedicated years, I trust nobody. Girl.
Well,
They your
I
friends, so
had to
they
learn
not.
that too. Yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
That hurts too. Like if you leave a job, get fired, laid off, whatever, and you thought the
Mm-hmm.
people that you had at work were your friends and you realize that those was just truly work friends,
Mm-hmm.
that sucks. That really sucks.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a hard lesson and I honestly I hope everybody knows that lesson so they don't have to go through believing that.
Yes,
So
absolutely. Absolutely. Um, Danny said he wasn't at school, but he was at a PD with a bunch of other teachers. So he might as well have been at school. Just the kids weren't around. Oh God, Danny, I love you so much. Colette says she can't spend time teaching anyone at this point or have people get too comfy and say something I don't need to call them out for. That's another thing. Having that comfort with people and showing them that you're comfortable with them, they are going to naturally feel comfortable with you. And sometimes them being comfortable with you is okay. Sometimes y'all might have the rapport and the friendship to where they can say or ask you certain things. But sometimes it's like a false sense of comfort that they have and they take it a little too
mm,
far. And that's what I'm always kind of scared about, especially with coworkers who I
yeah.
can't just cut them off. I can't just pretend like they don't. I mean, I could try, but they're there. And a lot of times I have to work and interact with these people. I don't ever want our relationship to get to the point where they're so comfortable with me that they say something off the wall and I have to like cuss them out or something. And then our work relationship is like shit,
Yeah.
like, So that's a fear too of people getting too comfortable, because people do get too comfortable.
For sure. Yeah.
Mm.
Coworkers are the worst.
Say no to coworkers.
Yeah.
That's the third lesson of this
Just
episode.
sucks.
Is say
Yeah.
no to coworkers.
Just sucks.
Yeah, and Tyler says it's hard for him around all the family during the holidays. So that brings up something else. Like, is anybody code switching around family members? Does anybody have family that they don't necessarily feel 100% comfortable being themselves around, or they don't feel safe around them to be their true selves, and they're having to like pull back a little on their personality? What do y'all think about that?
I mean, obviously it's a level of code switching, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
I'm probably not going to be cussing around my grandparents.
Fair.
But
Yes.
but
Yes.
I feel privileged. Well, on certain side, like I literally have two polar opposite side of the family. Like my dad's side of the family, I've always been able to be open with, talk
Mm-hmm.
about literally everything still to this day.
Mm-hmm.
My mom's side of the family, like we don't even say I love you over there. So it's like it's just polar
Mm-hmm.
opposite. Like I
Mm-hmm.
love you is just fluent over here on my dad's side, but
Mm-hmm.
on my mom's side is just a whole different thing. So I guess on that point, I do kind of code switch when I go over there. Or honestly, as an adult, I've gone over around those people on my mom's side far, far less.
Yeah, yeah,
And luckily
yeah.
my mom isn't like that. Like I like real tight relationship with her, but her
Mm-hmm.
side of the family, like I just kind of remove myself from that and just spend more time over here in the
Mm.
happy, safe, open, have
Period.
conversation land. So
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. That's true. That is one of the good things about being an adult and really having the independence to be able to choose like who
Mhm.
you're around, how much you're around them, and if it's people that you don't feel safe around, you don't have to be around them, or you can be around them way less than when you were a
Mhm.
kid and you really did not have a lot of options. Because I feel like we all kind of grew up with the mentality from like older generations that family is family and family is everything, and you don't turn your back on family and all this type of shit. And it's like sometimes you
Yeah.
gotta turn your back on family, though, for your own
Yeah.
personal health and sanity.
For sure.
You know.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Caitlin said, yes, her immediate family, she's the odd one and she has never fit in, so she's very guarded with them. It's levels to this code switching thing, man. It's
It
something
is
I've never even
levels.
thought about, and it can
Yeah.
apply to so many different people in so many different situations.
Yeah. Yeah. Not is exactly what I thought this conversation was going to go, but I
It's be all
appreciate it.
over the place.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's truly levels. It's definitely truly levels.
Mm-hmm.
Uh with
Yep.
coworkers, with family, but and I can see it sometimes in some cases family people can feel trapped there, like if you're dependent
Mm-hmm.
on that family, if you still live with that family.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the same thing with work. Everybody, like, obviously you can just get another job,
Mm-hmm.
but it ain't easy.
It's not
Like,
easy. Yeah.
yeah, the average job search is like 9 months. Like, sometimes you just have to deal. Everybody just can't
Mm-hmm.
up and quit and support themselves till they find something else. So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, a lot of code switching going around for survival,
I
basically.
know, literally for
Yeah.
survival. That's so true. That's so
Yeah.
true. Oh, I love that conversation. Thank you so
Yeah.
much for bringing in that topic, Myra. It is always a good one. And
Yeah.
y'all literally continue this topic in the comments when you see this
Mhm.
posted on Instagram. If you're a Patreon and you're in our Facebook group, let's continue this conversation over there as well, because we would love to get as many perspectives as possible. But on that note, we're going to take a quick break to hear from our sponsors, and we will be right back. All right, guys. So we are back. And just in case you are wondering, our collab with Chrissy Ann Designs is still available. It might be becoming available permanently. We are possibly working on that because you guys have loved it so much and it's been doing so well. But no matter what, go ahead and check out the Chrissy Ann Designs website. Look at all the amazing collabs that she has available, including ours, and pick up some stickers. I am crazy about our stickers, and I definitely need to get more of them. I love seeing them in my planner. It just makes me so happy. I don't know if it's a little egotistical or what, but I don't care.
I
They're
don't care.
ours, and they're
Oh,
ugly. They
well.
look so cute.
They so cute. They are so cute. I actually I'm thinking about getting some kits for December and January. So I might just
Mm-hmm.
go ahead, add a few little
Just some
planners
more.
and wine in there.
Mm-hmm. Some Julie
And y'all
Plan
should too.
stickers.
Yep.
Yep. And check out.
Add it to the
Yeah.
cart.
Added to the cart. Yep. Shout out to Kristen. We are so proud of that collab. You guys have been tagging us when y'all have been receiving your stickers, and we appreciate seeing them so much. Keisha in the comments said that she just got her stickers this week. Keep the tags coming. Either show us the whole sticker sheet and tag us in it, or if you put them in your planner, take a picture of your planner and tag them in it. If you really want brownie points and you want to make Myra and Danny super happy, maybe make a reel with our stickers. Any of the things.
You know what? I do need to do that. I need to do the reel too.
Damn it, I just called you out by accident. My bad. That was so not on purpose.
No, I just really thought about like, why haven't I done a reel with those stickers? Like,
Period.
duh.
Yes.
Yeah.
I need to see it. I think I need to see it. Let's go.
It's happening.
Let's go. Yes. And also, in January, we will be at the Planner Memory Social Conference. It is Harry Potter themed. So that is so exciting. We will be speaking. That is in January once again in Atlanta. So come hang out with us. There are still a handful of tickets left. And we would love to see you guys. A couple weeks ago, we did the whole sorting hat thing, and basically with this conference, we basically had to pick our tables kind of through the sorting hat, which was very, very cool. And it was a little hectic because I was so scared that we wasn't gonna end up together, but we did.
Nobody wanted to sit at the Slytherin table.
We did not.
They did not. So we just have a Wizarding World table.
That was the most fair thing to do, because why should
we? Do you think me as a Slytherin wanted to be fair? Do you think I wanted to?
Exactly. That's the problem.
That's the problem.
I mean, we could have went with majority rules since both me and Laura are Hufflepuffs, and we could have just made y'all sit at a Hufflepuff table. But just the silence.
Julie don't want to be over there. But that's I appreciate y'all Hufflepuffness of doing what would be fair for everybody.
What was fair for everybody? Mm-hmm. Exactly. Okay. Yeah, y'all, if anybody knows anything about me, the one thing in this world I cannot take is unfairness. It burns me up on the inside. I cannot stand when things are unfair. It has to be fair. I'm cutting somebody, okay? I'm dead serious. That's when my Slytherin comes out, when shit gets unfair. And that's Myra Slytherin trying to make shit unfair. So we was at odds, but it all worked out.
It worked out. It's going to be fun. I've already, I got my outfits together. I have my real ideas for the conference. I'm so stoked about it. I think I might even do some blinked out chucks for my outfit.
Ooh, stun on them. I see you.
Yeah. We'll see if I can find some green ones.
Is the proudest Slytherin on this earth. I love it. So I love that for her. I love that for her. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna buy some Harry Potter stuff to wear. And right now, there's like this Harry Potter experience exhibit that's actually in Atlanta right now, and it will be until February. So we're definitely going to go to that while we're in town. Mm-hmm. Like, the timing of this is just meant to be.
It's perfect. Meant to be, it's perfect.
Like, I love this for us. So yeah, we would love for y'all to join us. It's gonna be so fun.
It'll be fun.
So we will have the website linked in our show notes. Definitely go check it out. And let us know if you're coming. Oh, Laura said she went when it was in Philly. How was it? Tell us about it. She said it was amazing.
Yes.
Yes.
Can't wait. I'm excited for it. I got some real ideas for there too.
Can I be in a reel?
Y'all all gonna be in the reel, of course.
I didn't know. See, I just be getting forced into stuff. Nobody asking for my consent, but at least I want to do
this. We know you want to. It's fine.
I do want to. It's fine. I'm so excited. All righty, so we can go ahead and talk about a little bit of celeb garbage. Ooh. First thing I put on here was why we're done discussing Kanye West. Actually,
I ain't already know that.
Well, I don't know if I ever said it for sure. He just was doing so much bizarre stuff. I just feel like all these platforms, because even as we speak, there are still people who are still giving him a platform, and it's like, they're trying to talk some type of reason into him through this, and it just makes no sense. It just makes no sense. There is no reasoning with him, obviously, for, I don't know what it's going to take for him to come to his senses and realize how dead wrong he is about everything that he's doing. But I don't know. It's just like, I just don't even have the bandwidth to think about Kanye West anymore, because he is seriously, Kanye West is one of the biggest disappointments of my life. like legit. And that's a huge thing to say.
Yeah.
That's a huge thing to say. I know. But he is, because Kanye West was my favorite artist of all time at one point in time. And to see his fall from grace and how it's happening, it is so sad. It's so sad. It's too much for me. Like, that's why I can't even listen to the old music. It just hurts, because he is just not that person. Like, I can't believe it. I can't trust it. I can't trust him. And I was listening to another podcast, and they put it really, really well. They basically said that we didn't ask or force Kanye to come out and be so pro-Black and so pro-us and make this music that we just connected with so much. And he did. It's like he invited himself into like our hearts and our brains, and you know what I'm saying? And like, especially for Black people, like, I really connected with him on Black shit. That was the main like pull or whatever for me, and for a lot of us or whatever. And to see the ways that he has betrayed that over the past few years is just too much for me. It is too much. I can't take it anymore, and I'm totally over it. So, I mean, outside of him just doing something that we just have no choice but to talk about, I just don't even like, he just doesn't exist on this podcast anymore. Like,
yeah. I mean, it's exhausting. Kanye is exhausting. Clearly this man is going through, some mental health episodes. It's quite obvious, but at the end of the day, Kanye West is responsible for Kanye West's mental health. And he has not fully taken responsibility of it. He does not want to. There's nothing nobody else in his life can do for him.
No.
And I just feel like Laura just brought up Nori and Drink Temps and him being on there, and his all the rhetoric they allow him to say on the platform. I feel like it's really predatory for these people to continue to let this man, who is clearly having a mental health episode, on their platform for clicks and views.
For clicks and views. Yep.
Like, I halfway listened to Nori's quote unquote apology, because I think he went on, like, maybe it was the Breakfast Club. I'm
Breakfast Club,
sure.
yeah.
Charlamagne. Okay. And it's just like, first of all, like, I don't even know why Nori did that, because you just made yourself look 10 times worse. And second, it's like, it's so obvious y'all put this man on y'all platform for the views. Like, y'all don't care nothing about what this man is saying. Y'all don't care how harmful it is to the Black community, for just, people just in general. Y'all didn't care. Y'all knew people was going to download it because Kanye West was on there.
Yeah, and pretty much.
It's so predatory. It's so infuriating, because this man clearly needs help, and y'all keep using him. And now it's like making it seem like I'm like taking up for Kanye on it, but it's like, yeah, it's so wrong on so many levels, and it's so annoying, and it's exhausting. It's exhausting.
My thing is, when you have a public platform, you are responsible for the things that you allow people to say on your public platform. We have always felt like that. We have always said that. Like, even when it comes to other podcasts and things that might have been said on their podcast, things that guests have been said on their podcast, like, no, like, you're accountable for what your guests say, because one, you have the option to not invite somebody who is going to say some problematic shit onto your platform. Two, if you do invite that person on your platform and they say some problematic shit, most of the time podcasts are not live. You have the option to not release it. You have the option to redact certain parts of the interview. You have all those options rather than just letting it fly. And the fact that Nori and Drink Champs literally released that podcast where he was saying those disgusting lies about George Floyd on their platform, like, literally unchallenged, that's on them. whatever that, and that's why Nori
Completely
going around on his
unchallenged.
apology tour looking stupid,
Mm-hmm.
because they know that was a huge mistake. Eventually they did end up taking it down, just taking the whole interview down. But the internet is forever. Those clips are on the internet forever. Like and honestly, the only reason why they are taking it down, where they did take it down, is because they were scared of getting sued, because the family of George Floyd is suing Kanye West and could very well probably sue Drink Champs for allowing him to say that on their platform and releasing those lies, those unchallenged lies.
Even
So
if they
it's just
challenge it, like you
gross.
said, most podcasts aren't live. Why are you releasing that?
Yep.
For money, for clicks, for views, for virality. That's why you release it. That's the only reason. You know that. And like Laura said, like Nori, out of all people, know that what he was saying was some bull.
Yep. And a lot of people are trying to use Kanye West also for their own like personal hero moment, I guess, because even as like disgusting Piers Morgan had Kanye on his show a couple of nights ago, where he was challenging the things that Kanye West said. But I'm just like, you are not a hero for letting this person spew this type of venom on your platform, and now you're challenging him. Like, no, you shouldn't be giving him a platform to say this type of shit at all. Like, you are not going to change his mind. Like, anybody who thinks that they are the one single entity that's going to change somebody's mind, who is constantly saying this anti-black nonsense, saying this anti-Semitic nonsense, like, you're not going to change their mind. So you're just doing it for your own personal gain. Like what Myra was talking about. You want to look like the hero. Yeah. You want to look like you're doing something good and righteous. And you're not, because you're just doing it for clicks and views, because unfortunately, Kanye and his hatred is what's hot right now.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
They get no credit for
it all is very selfishness. It all is abusive. It would be like us having Trump on here to try and prove that he's wrong. For what? For why?
It's a lot of really problematic people in the planner community that we could absolutely have on the podcast just so we could disagree with them. But why?
Oh yeah, for why?
But why would we ever do that? Why would we ever do that? If we ever had somebody on the podcast who said something that we didn't agree with, or we thought was wrong or misinformation, or it has to be more than just not agreeing with, but like really like into the territory of like lies and misinformation, harmful stuff, we definitely would never even post a podcast like that. We'd be like, you know what? It would probably be a situation where we would like literally stop the interview. Like, you know what? This actually is not gonna work.
It ain't gonna work.
We're not putting this shit out. Like, we don't even want to waste your time no more. Exactly.
Oh,
so disgusting. So yeah,
tomatoes. Yeah, y'all understand? We not talking about that man no more.
Nope. No, I'm done. And we should all be done. Yeah, that's it. Something very something kind of small, but it actually is kind of a big deal, is Selena Gomez and Hailey Bieber took like several pictures together at an event recently. Do you know the significance of this, Myra? I'm going to explain it, but I'm just curious if you know the significance of it.
Selena who?
Selena Gomez and Hailey Bieber. I feel like that says it all.
Who is Hailey Bieber?
It's Justin Bieber's wife.
Oh. He married. Like who the hell is Hailey? Did they used to date?
Okay. Hailey Bieber, she is in the family of, she's in the Baldwin family. You know, like Alec Baldwin and all those actors and stuff. She's like Alec Baldwin's niece, I believe. So yeah, her and Justin were like on and off back in the day when him and Selena Gomez were on and off. And at one point, him and Selena Gomez like broke up, and he married Hailey Bieber like literally like 4 months later. So there was always this thing of Selena Gomez's fans being really mad and hateful to Hailey Bieber, blaming her for Justin and Selena not ending up together, blaming her for their relationship breaking up, saying that Justin cheated on Selena with Hailey. And I believe they got married in like 2017, 2018. So it's been like 4 to 5 years. And the amount of hate that Hailey Bieber gets from those people, like if you go to any of her TikToks or any of her Instagrams, like you will see comments from diehard Selena Gomez fans, like still going the fuck off on her basically after all these years. Like they won't let it go pretty much.
Yeah, it's been a while since Selena and Bieber been together.
Literally like 4 or 5 years. He's been married this entire time to somebody else.
Oh, look at me.
Mm-hmm.
I just,
yeah,
I guess I must be a Selena fan because I just did not. She
See,
didn't even exist to me.
Period. But yeah, so Hailey Bieber went on a podcast a couple weeks ago called Call Her Daddy, where this is really one of the first times she has like really publicly talked about the whole situation. And she denied that Justin ever cheated on Selena with her, and, talked about, how rabid the stands are and how they just won't let it go and all this type of stuff. But how she never blamed Selena for that because she just knew that, Selena don't want those people acting like that, but Selena just ain't really did anything about it ever. And so they happened to be at this event together and I think it was commented on the podcast by the podcaster that really all Selena needs to do is like comment on one of Hailey's pictures or just show some type of public sign that she's cool with Hailey, and the fans chill a bit. But even Hailey was like, it would be nice if she did that, but I don't expect her to do that. She doesn't owe me anything, which I really appreciated her saying that because Selena don't owe her shit. Facts. And so they ended up at this event together, and they took like several pictures together looking very, very chummy. So I think people kind of took that as Selena's like, I'm cool with her, y'all can chill type of moment. Now, are the stands gonna chill? Probably not. Maybe a little bit. Maybe somewhat.
Yeah.
They're never gonna completely go away because, once people don't like somebody, you can't tell them nothing about that person. It doesn't matter who tries to stop them. But it was kind of like a sign of like, okay, maybe they should chill. But I just thought it was cute. I just wanted to bring that up because it was just, random.
That's a nice one.
And it was nice. It was a really cute moment because Hailey does seem like a good person, and I don't think she ever knew what she was getting herself into marrying Justin Bieber. I don't think she ever expected herself to be harassed by his ex-girlfriend's fans for the rest of her life. Shit is wild. She is very wild.
I mean, it's kind of part of the territory. I mean, marrying Justin Bieber, it was going to be something. If it wasn't going to be Selena, it was going to be something else. But
yeah,
I'm glad they did that to tell the folks to chill. But like you said, folks ain't going to chill.
Chill. They need to chill. They definitely need to chill. Like, have you heard, it's like a sound that's now on TikTok that people be using for reels or something, where Hailey had made a TikTok a few months ago, and she was literally talking to the Selena stans, and she was like, leave me alone. I don't do anything. I don't mess with anybody. I'm going to have to sing it
I need that sound. I need it. Send it to me.
It was such a classy drag. I'm going to send it to you. But yeah,
that's literally me.
But I do, because I did listen to her when she was on Call Her Daddy, and I do remember thinking, because at one point, like, Hailey like vehemently denied that Justin had ever cheated on Selena with her, and I was like, I kind of sided that a little bit, because I was like, now Hailey, at the end of the day, I know that's your husband, but you only got his word to go out. Like,
you don't know.
Selena confirmed that he never cheated, because that's what I would need to truly be able to believe that. I would need Selena to have confirmed to me that they were never together when they were together. Because men just say shit. Chromosome wise, just say shit, and we can't always trust it.
Well,
so
I mean, why would he tell you the truth? Exactly. I mean, he should. Don't get me wrong. He definitely should, but
he has more reason to lie than to be upfront about it.
Exactly.
So that's why I was kind of side-eyeing her. But, maybe, the picture is Selena's way of saying, yes, this is not Hailey's fault that me and him did not work out. Even though we all, the adults in the room, we all know that it's still some people living like we still in 2016, 2017 who clearly
Yeah.
are adults now and they still acting a damn fool. Because to be clear, all these people who are acting like this to her still are grown people now.
Yeah, they overgrown. Yeah, let it
Overgrown.
go.
Mm-hmm. Yep. But yeah, Laura just brought up something in the comments. I just found out about this. So the BTS fan base are, of course, they're gonna be very, very sad because the group is going on hiatus because they have to do their military. Do they have to do their military service or they choose it? I wasn't sure about
I feel like
that
they
because I had
chose to.
that's what I had thought.
Yeah, I thought they
I thought they had
chose
like
to. Yeah,
voluntarily joined the army was
which
my
is
understanding
wild.
of it. Yeah. Yeah, it is
Yeah.
wild.
Yeah, like basically all able-bodied men has to do their
Mm-hmm.
military service before, was it 21 or before 30? It was before 30. And one of the members
Oh,
are, they just turned 30 and it got extended. And, it was a
maybe
whole
they're all
rabbit
just
hole I
like,
went down.
let's
Yeah.
just do it
So they
all at
all
the
were just
same
like, let's
time.
all do it together. Yeah. And it's kind of like a protest against the Korean government because a lot of their
Mm-hmm.
stock went down when they announced that.
They're gonna lose so much
BTS,
money
they're going to lose so
because
much freaking
BTS is
money.
not able to
Mhm,
perform because they were
mhm.
generating so much
So
money
much money.
for them, like billions of dollars. Like we're literally
Mhm.
talking billions with a B. B as in boy.
Yeah.
Billions.
40
That is why,
something.
you know what? And Mason is so crazy about their song Dynamite. And she actually got me into it as well. Like, that's a good ass song. Like,
It
they're
makes some good
like, they
music.
are talented. They got some good music.
Yeah.
It was just always crazy to me that it's like 7 people in that group. I just feel like that was very big for a group, but like I think 4 to 5 tops, but whatever.
Yeah, Daddy said
Okay,
they
so
volunteered instead of being asked. Because yeah, I feel like a few of them had to be extended. One of the members just turned 30 or
yeah,
recently became 30, so and his stuff got extended. And yeah, I
that's
feel like they
crazy.
did it as a form of protest because it was, they are the
Wow.
economy. They are the Korean
They
economy.
are a big part of the economy. That is so true. That's so true. Wow, that's
So,
crazy. So yeah, I hope everybody's okay. Danny just asked the elephant in the room question: what if someone dies? Let's just hope and pray that don't happen, Danny. Because oh my gosh, that would
Lord.
be so tragic.
Tragic.
Gosh, that would be so horrible. I mean, not to say their life has
Tragic.
any more value than anybody else's, but we just know them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's
Exactly.
the
Yeah.
only difference.
Yeah.
Of course,
That is
it's the
wild.
United States' fault. Laura
Why
says
wouldn't
she's a
it be?
nerd, so she has to tell us the reason Korea has that requirement is actually the United States' fault. Everything goes back to us being trash. I swear. I swear to God. I swear to God.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Yep.
Anyway, some breaking news drama that I really don't have all the information on right now, but I'll just tell y'all what I know. Travis Scott may be caught up in a cheating scandal. Apparently, he has been in a relationship with some other chick who really looks a lot like Kylie Jenner since like 2013. And somehow this is getting exposed. Homegirl says she got texts and all that to prove it, but I haven't seen anything like that. Only thing that we have seen as far as evidence, the only thing I've seen as far as evidence is that she was like very clearly backstage, like some video shoot that he did, I guess recently. And he, how would she have access to something like that unless there's something, because he is like publicly denied that he knows the girl. He says he don't know how she got access to the video shoot, but it was suspicious to me that, and kind of a red flag to me, that he has even publicly directly addressed this, because a lot of times when stuff happens, if it's BS, most of the time celebrities don't even address it. So the fact that he publicly directly addressed it makes me think there might be some fire behind this smoke, because why else, if it's just some random person lying on you, like, and they haven't put in really any concrete evidence, like, why is it a big deal? Like, why are you even addressing it? So I don't
Girl,
know.
the Kardashian Jenner clan, they stay up in this segment.
Girl,
They 50% of the segment because Kanye count as them.
He does. That's so true. They stay in some trash. They stay in some trash. And you know what? They stay caught up in some type of cheating scandals as well. But you know what? Something interesting to note about Kylie and Travis, neither one of them have ever explicitly said that they were in an exclusive relationship. From my understanding, I have never seen either one of them like publicly like say we are in an exclusive relationship. So I was always under the impression that they were in some type of open relationship since they weren't like explicit about it, even though they have had 2 kids. You know, so I don't know.
Well, more to come on that, I guess.
Yep.
I will look that up on TikTok after this to
Yep.
go down that rabbit hole because shout out to TikTok.
TikTok has all the info.
Yeah.
TikTok is the new Google. Literally.
Why y'all don't want to get on TikTok is beyond me because whoo, them rabbit holes I be going down.
It's crazy.
It's so crazy.
Danny says, wait, y'all, I'm stuck on the draft. Can you imagine? When does the U.S. stop drafting? Am I too old yet? I'm not ready to throw the gun. Danny, I think the U.S. just has a requirement that all men above the age of 18 have to sign up for military service or something just in case, but they haven't done like a real draft in decades, and it would have to be some real dire circumstances for them to like literally force y'all to fight. So, but I don't put it past them. That's all I can say. Because this country, man, never stops surprising.
Sucks to be the Y chromosomes, boy.
It does.
I am not ready to hold a gun either.
Girl,
Danny,
period.
I feel like holding a gun isn't that like requirements to be a Texan or something like that?
Low key, they give you one when you're born in Texas. Last time I checked.
All jokes.
We think neither one of us have been born in Texas. Well, you know what? My child is a girl, so
yeah. So you still don't know.
I still don't know. Oh my gosh! Not Daddy said he gonna be blinking his gun and playing it. Okay, Daddy
blinking it.
Danny will blink anything. Okay, I truly believe that he will blink anything. Last thing, we'll wrap up the show with some spooky season movie updates. Myra, what movies have you watched this week?
I don't have any new. I don't believe.
Man, what the hell you be doing all week? Why you ain't watch one movie?
TikTok.
Oh,
I'm sorry. I need to delete it off my phone because I need to catch up. Oh, so sorry.
It's all right.
I did watch The Great Pumpkin. Charlie Brown.
Okay, that counts.
Yeah.
What'd you think?
It was cute.
Yep. Very cute. I love Charlie Brown. I love that whole like Peanut series. I've always really enjoyed that.
I like the Christmas one better though, but
the Christmas better. I like my favorite one is like Race for Your Life, Charlie Brown, when they're at like the summer camp. Have you ever seen that one? I think it's called Race for Your Life. Yeah, check that one out. That one is very, very cute. That's my favorite.
Yeah, okay, I'll watch that one. But yeah, it was cute. I need to get back on the man. I've been letting y'all down this season. I'm sorry. What Meg got? What you got?
We're gonna have to keep spooky season going into November because it's still
we might have to at least halfway. Yeah, at least halfway, y'all.
There we go. I watched It Follows. And it's on Netflix. If anybody wants to check it out, y'all, that movie is so creepy and weird. I like it though. I did like it. Only thing I didn't like was how the ending was just so ambiguous. I wanted like a true like ending, like to have something to be like settled, and the situation wasn't really settled at the end. Nope. But yeah, if y'all aren't sure about what It Follows is about, basically is basically about some like evil entity that follows people. It's basically a sexually transmitted evil
disease,
entity,
basically.
Yeah. And it's a very interesting movie. It is a very interesting movie. I did enjoy it. It was very creepy. So yeah,
how did you feel about the beginning and the car scene?
Girl, it was too much. I was like, really?
I feel like you need to go to jail for that one.
I think so too.
Directly for jail.
To jail.
This is sexual assault.
So too. Yeah, it was too much because he literally, had sex with her so that he could pass on the evil entity, basically. And then he showed her that the evil entity was real. And that's the thing. It's like you can't even really get rid of the evil entity, because if you can pass it on, but if it takes out the person that you pass it on to, it's back to
Come to
you.
you. Yeah.
That's the fucked up part to me.
Yeah, the only thing you can do is keep trying to like pass it on, but eventually it's always going to be in the back of your head that it could be coming for you.
Yes.
There's no way to end it, basically.
Exactly.
Oh, girl,
and I feel like this movie was kind of like a throwback to like horror movies from the 80s that really tried to ram it into like teenagers, that if you have sex, you die in movies, because that was always happening in all the 80s. Like, if you look at like the Jason movies, anybody who ever had sex in any of those movies is like not gonna make it. Yeah. So that was kind of crazy. But yeah, I liked it. I definitely liked it. I started watching The Witch. It's on HBO Max. It might be too much for even me. I'm not going to lie to you. Like maybe like 10, 15 minutes into it, I was like, I don't know. Because it's kind of set in like old-timey, like Puritan days, which already really creeps me out. So yeah, it was a lot. So I don't know if I'm revisiting.
What is it about?
To be honest, I'm not even 100% sure.
To be honest, I don't know.
So it's set in 1630s New England. And it's basically, that's all the information that I have. It's set in 1630s New England. And I think there is like some type of witch or evil entity, or maybe even a goat, something weird and bad is happening and killing people. Which, describes a lot of scary movies for me. Yeah, I don't know. I'll let y'all know.
Is it kind of supernatural thing, or is it just magical since witch?
Yes, to both of them. I didn't watch enough of it to know. You asking a lot of questions.
It don't sound like it was good, so I don't need to check it out then. It didn't catch your attention, so it must not have been that great.
Yeah, I don't think so. Yeah. I think it's a pass. It's a pass. But I had found
other than your Monster Inc. thing.
Do you want me to talk about it?
It's fine. We can talk about it.
Okay. But real quick, there's this guy I follow on TikTok. His name is cinema.joe. I love him. He does movie reviews and stuff.
I think I follow him.
I think so. And he had like a list of like the scary or the best horror movies that's set in every state. And The Witch was the one from Massachusetts. It Follows is the one from Michigan. And then there's another one called You're Next that's set in Missouri. And those are the three that I kind of picked out that I really wanted to check out. So yeah, check him out. He always has good story reviews. I got an insane amount of peer pressure this week to go ahead and watch Monsters Inc. I did start to watch Monster Inc. I did not finish it because I couldn't, because we had to go somewhere. But it was a cute movie. I think I'm too old. I think I'm past it. I think I can't really enjoy it or get into it because I just didn't watch it at the right time in my life. But it is a very cute movie, and I definitely do want to finish it. But it just didn't really catch my attention that much. But it is cute. That's all I have to say. And this is revenge for Hamilton.
I want to ask, how do you feel about the characters? But it don't seem like you even connected with none of the characters.
I didn't really connect with them. And you know what? To be fair, I was kind of half watching because one, Mason was in the room. I tried to get her to watch it with me too, but she wouldn't get into it. So she was in the room on her loud ass iPad, and I was planning and doing my spread for next week. So it was too much. I think I might have been overstimulated also.
But, yeah. Because like you said with Harry Potter, like the first go around, I had to watch it uninterrupted.
You gotta watch it.
I don't think Monster Inc. is that deep. You could be doing other stuff, but
it needs a little bit more of my attention, probably.
Yeah,
but yeah, it is cute. And there was some parts that I thought were very cute and funny. So
yeah, I love Boo. I just do.
She's so cute.
She reminds me of Mason. Or Mason.
Oh my god, I love that.
Like very adventurous, cute little girl.
You gonna make me watch that again? All right.
I did it, y'all.
Here we go. I'm so easy. That's why I was like, why am I getting pressured so hard by Laura when I literally said on this very podcast I will watch this movie? I never said I wouldn't watch it, and I was getting hounded. Okay,
it's the initiation, because that's how it was with Harry Potter.
Y'all never tell Lord that you haven't seen anything that she likes and she's obsessed with, because
I feel like that one was by accident, though.
Insane. It was by accident, because I just said it like not thinking it was gonna be that big of a deal, and Laura literally made me feel like I hadn't seen, I don't know, Harry Potter.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, too much. Too much. Another lesson number 4 of the episode. Don't ever tell Laura you have watched nothing. Please. Okay. Danny said he thought I was talking about the Witches, like Roald Dahl movie, and he was not. Now, The Witches is my movie. I love The Witches.
I haven't heard of that one.
Okay, it's 2 versions of it. It's the old version that is like a classic, and it's the newer version that they just released like a couple years ago with Anne Hathaway in it. Both are really good, but I highly recommend the original. It's not super scary. It's like a fun movie. You could even have it on
a musical.
No, it's not a musical.
Okay.
It's not a musical. But it is a very, very fun movie. It's basically, what's a good synopsis of The Witches? It's basically about this little boy who gets turned into a mouse by some witches. Basically. That's a big part of the movie.
Same plot of Hocus Pocus? Didn't they turn somebody into a cat?
No, that's not the same. It's similar. The Witches is fun. I actually think you might like The Witches more than Hocus Pocus. It's just a really fun, like zany movie. So definitely check it out. Keisha said The Witches scared her as a kid. Now, because you know what? I was gonna say for a second you can watch it around Ashton, but I kind of don't recommend it because it is a kid-friendly movie. But for like little kids, it might scare them
frighten
a little bit too much. Yeah, because the witches, like when the witches like take off their masks, they are horrible looking. Like terrifying. So that might be too much for him.
Yeah, Ashton got a little spooked out from a Mickey Mouse Halloween movie. He was like, can we watch the Christmas one now? So yeah, I don't need to show that.
It's like absolutely not. But yeah, guys, thank y'all so much for joining. Shout out to the patrons. Y'all were so fun in the comments as always.
Yes, always.
If you were not able to catch this, make sure you catch the replay. Check us out on YouTube. And this was such a fun episode, and we appreciate you guys so much.
Yes, we really do. Don't forget, pick up those Christiane Design stickers and some more. Also, like Meg said, check us out on YouTube, Instagram, Planners and Wine. You know, just search Planners and Wine. All the stuff comes up.
There we go. And you know what? Period. As we're wrapping up, Danny gave a much better synopsis of the movie than I did. He said, a boy happens upon a secret convention of witches and gets turned into a mouse, but fights for revenge. That is perfect. Did you get that legit from the movie notes? Like what the movie is about? Because that's literally like the perfect description for exactly what happens. Damn, Danny. Damn.
Yeah, that's perfect one line zinger. If you interested, go check that out. You said it is on Netflix, right?
I don't think so. I think it might be. I know the new one is on HBO Max, and I want to say the old one is probably on HBO Max as well, but I'm not 100% sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
HBO Max, check it out.
There we go. But yeah, guys, thank y'all so much for joining us. Have a great week.
Bye, guys.